Right?
Look at her.
Okay, guys, so we're recorded.
Look at her. Easily.
All right, everyone's muted. Okay, so let's see. Christina's on. Good morning, Christina. Perfect timing. We just finished hurricane talk, and now we're getting into the training. Everybody was asking me if we were okay and if we had shutters up and stuff like that. And Michelle, to answer your question about Instagram and Facebook, I have some different people because I have some people on there that aren't on Facebook, and then I have some of the same people. Because sometimes, like, I'll post to my Instagram and I'll share it to my Facebook. That way it's also sharing my Instagram. So if any of my Facebook peeps are on there, they can follow me. Sometimes I'll actually do a post and say, hey, I'm trying to grow my Instagram followers. Who's on Instagram? Type your Instagram name below and let me find you so I can follow you, and then you can follow me back. You know, and that helps you in more than one way because it helps you get traction on that Facebook post, but then it's also going to help you build your Instagram. So where I can't share my screen on Instagram because on the internet you can't do a lot of the Instagram stuff. So what I'm going to do is have you guys all open up your Instagram so I can show you a few things, and I'll also show you how I ran that ad. Now, in order to run an ad on Instagram, your Instagram has to be a business profile. So there is a way to change your Instagram profile to be a business profile, and that's how I have mine. That's how you can promote different posts that you do. Just like you can't promote on your Facebook personal page, but you can run an ad and promote on your business page. I don't know if you guys know, but Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same people. That's why they're run very similar. So that's why a lot of the ads and things like that are the same. I just saw Christina's thing in the WhatsApp. You texted like me. You're starting to text. I'm rubbing off on you. Okay, so open up your Instagram. And the first thing that you want to do is go to your profile and look at your profile and make sure that it says a little about you. Like I have my Snapchat on there. I have that. I'm a founder of the Get Fit Crew. CEO of my life, little things like that. And I have emojis too, because people like to see emojis. They're pretty. Like Christina's posts always look so pretty because she always has tons of emojis in them and stuff like that. And so they attract people. So you want to make sure you have everything on there. And then my suggestion to you, you can put a website. I would put your Facebook like page, unless you have an actual website. Like right now, I have my container challenge website because exactly, or your Woofu form. I was just about to say that, Christina. I used to have my Woofu form on there. So that way, if I'm inviting someone to something, I can say, click link in bio. And they're going to go to my bio and they're going to click that link, and that's going to give them the form to fill out to communicate with me about my challenge group that I might be posting about. So right now, I've been using something called lead pages. You pay for it, but you make your own little website. So right now I have a website for my container challenge. So if any of you want to check out what I'm talking about, it's containerchallenge.com. I went on GoDaddy. I bought the address from URL, whatever you call it, of containerchallenge.com. And that's what I have running as my website there right now. I also bought tanyagrist.com. So I'm going to be building up my own personal lead page that I'm going to keep there. So if they ever want to join my team, or if they want to join one of my groups, it's always going to be click link in bio, and it's going to be that one. So for those of you that might be like, what is she talking about Woofu form? There's a website called Woofu, WUFOO. You can make up to 3 to 4 free forms. You never have to pay for them. And I have found that that is the easiest website to use. You can make a form, I'm not lying, in 5 minutes. I took like 10 minutes and made like 3 different forms. So one to join my team, one for joining my challenge group. I forget what the other one was for. I think it was something for our team to join something. And basically, so when they click the link, it's going to pop up this form for them to fill out, almost like a little questionnaire. So you'll do their name, they'll do their email address, and they'll answer some questions. So if anybody wants me to, I can email you the link to my Woofu form, or I could post it in the team page or send it to you on Facebook, just so you can have a guide. But they're very, very helpful. People are used to doing things like that, and it's something they could do on their phone in 2 seconds. So they don't have to be on Safari. They don't have to be on the internet. So they could be right on Instagram app, and your post can say, click link in bio. They're going to go to your bio, click that link, and fill it all out right there. They don't have to go somewhere different. What you need to think of in this business is to make things as easy as possible for people, because once it's hard, they're like, never mind, I'm done. Because I'm one of those people. If I see something I want to buy and I click shop now and then it makes me go to 20 different places to shop, I'm like, forget it. I don't want it anymore. I've lost my interest in buying this product. So you want to make it as easy as possible. Once you link your like page to your Instagram, you will see that under your name, it'll say whatever you have labeled your like page. So if it's sport and fitness instructor, it'll say that. If it's entrepreneur, it'll say entrepreneur under your name. So whatever your like page says, because once you make it a business page, it links to your Facebook like page automatically. So make sure that you make it a business page in order to do running the ads that I will show you. Now, there's also something else that I've been doing with my Instagram that I think has totally helped my Instagram. And that is that I used a hashtag generator to generate hashtags for me. So basically, Instagram lets you do 30 hashtags per post. So what I did was I made 25 that were all about me. Beach life, tat mom, all the different things that I like. Obviously, I have a Tinkerbell hashtag. How could I not have a Tinkerbell hashtag? So things of my interest. And I made 25 of those, and they are saved in my Google Forms. Every time I do a post, I do 5 hashtags that have to do with that post. So if it's something about food, I write about it. If it's been about the hurricane, I've been writing the hurricane. So it gives me 5 hashtags that I can put on my post. Then the other 25 automatically go in the first comment after my post. It makes it nice and neat, but it still tags to your picture. The reason you make hashtags that are to you is because that's how you're going to find your tribe. Because people that like the same things you like, they're going to search those hashtags. And then what you should be doing to build up your Instagram is take 10 minutes out of your day, search 1 or 2 of your hashtags, go on those people's walls that have hashtagged those things, and see if there's somebody that you could be interested in, somebody that you could vibe with. And do the same thing you do on Facebook. Start liking and commenting on their posts, follow them, send them a DM. Everything you do on Facebook, you can do on Instagram to grow your business as well. A lot of top coaches don't grow on Facebook. They grow on Instagram. So we know it can be done. But you just need to put that same effort into it. So it's called Tag-O-Matic, Tagomatic. That's an app. If you go into that app and you start typing your interests, what I did is I took a piece of paper and I just wrote like 20 things that I was interested in. If you type those interests in, it'll show you hashtags that you can use for that interest, and it helps you hashtag your interests and things that you like. So like Christina, you could hashtag football. You know how many people hashtag football, and you can find people that are interested in the same thing as you. Or football babe, because you're a girl that likes football. Something like that would be one of your interest hashtags. Wine lover, wine mama, champagne life should definitely be one of your hashtags. Things like that. Those are just ideas. When I looked at your face, that's what came up. You might be hashtagging those, I don't know, but that's just what came to my mind. And then, so you want to just think of your interests. The hashtags are extremely important because that's how people find people on Instagram. That's how everybody finds everybody, by searching those hashtags. So I always hashtag Get Fit with Tanya. That's one of my first hashtags in each one of my posts. It's not one of the ones that goes in the comment. It's in my actual post, because that's how people know. All my social medias, my website, everything's Get Fit with Tanya. So that's one of my first hashtags. So you want to make sure you get your hashtags down. You can use Tag-O-Matic. It didn't take me long to figure out a group of 25. And it keeps track of how many you have. And then you can save them all in one little group and put them somewhere in your phone, like in the notes or something like that. The next thing with Instagram is when you're posting, you have to know the things that are good for Instagram and things that are good for Facebook. Just so you know, Instagram and Facebook run a lot alike now. Before, Instagram only showed you things as they were posted, but I don't know if you guys noticed the switch. But now you'll see things that were posted like 21 hours ago at the top of your feed because it's just like Facebook now. If people like and comment on your stuff, it pulls it back up to the top of the news feed. So we can do the same thing for each other like we do on Facebook and go on each other's Instagrams. We need to make sure we're following each other and like and comment on each other's things too and bring that back up to the top of the news feed because Instagram did make that change. And let me see. There's another thing too. Instagram will not do a video longer than 1 minute. If you want a video longer than that, you need to go live on your Instagram stories to talk or post that video on your Instagram stories. But you can't do anything longer than a minute, which is good because I don't know if everybody knows the policy with Beachbody. But if you have a video that has any of the personal trainers speaking and the moves of the workout, they can't be longer than a minute anyways because it's against the policy, Beachbody's policy. I didn't know that because I didn't have an upline that taught me that. And I posted a YouTube video and it was when I sized it up, but I sized it up like 3 times in a row and I had gone live and I saved it. I posted it on YouTube and Beachbody contacted me and told me I had to take that down because it was against policy. So they have people that actually follow different YouTube. Either that or there's a coach that doesn't like me and saw it on my YouTube channel and contact compliance and then compliance contact me. Whatever. You live and you learn. But so that's why I'm forwarding that to you. So make sure they're not, I mean, if they're like a minute and 1 second, I really don't think Beachbody is going to say anything. Yeah, right? They're like Big Brother. They're watching me. But you can't go longer than a minute. That's their policy. But I did ask him, I go, I don't understand because there's some coaches that have it longer. And he was like, yeah, but you can't hear the trainers talking. And that's Beachbody's content. So if it's straight up, you're working out for a minute, and that's why lately my workouts have been different. I'm playing music and I dance in between and I only show some of the moves. So even if I go for 2 minutes, it's not a minute of the workout. So that's why I've been doing it a little bit different. Plus I needed to change it up. I was getting bored with my own videos. So when you are posting on Instagram, I'm assuming everybody knows how to actually post on Instagram. You do the plus at the bottom of your screen. And then you pick whichever picture that you want to put on there. You can do boomerang right from Instagram. I don't know if you guys know that. You don't have to have the boomerang app. On the bottom of the screen, you see the little boomerang symbol. That'll get you right into the boomerang app where you see people like where the video goes like that. It's like a quick little clip video. You could do that there. And then you can combine photos. So you can do like a little slideshow of photos on Instagram where people will swipe through the photos. That is this picture right here. All the way at the on the side where it looks like a couple photos on top of each other. So if you press that, you can select like up to 8 photos that people can swipe through. So say like we're at Summit and we had an awesome event, but we don't want to post 8 different posts. We can select all those photos to go in one post, and then we could say whatever we want to say about those photos. Just like on Facebook, how you can select a bunch of photos and it'll show all the photos. You could do the same thing on Instagram. They just have to swipe through them. Let's see, what else is on here? Also, do you know that you can zoom out so you can see the whole picture on Instagram? Who does not know how to do that? Okay. So when you're on Instagram and you have your picture, this bottom left right here where it shows the 2 arrows, if you press that, it zooms the picture out so you can see the whole picture instead of it zooming it in automatically. So you can do that as well. That way you can grasp the whole picture of what you're trying to show on there. Let me get into, does everybody know how to DM people? Send a private message on Instagram. Do you know how to do that, Tara? Have you sent private messages on Instagram? I don't know if she hears me. Okay, well, so to send a private message, all your messages, there's like a little, it almost looks like a paper airplane up in the corner. If you go into there, you can get to your messages and send people messages. But also if you're in someone's, like here, let me just go into this girl's profile. If you're in someone else's profile and you're like, oh, this is somebody that I could totally connect with, where you're following them, if I could press it, there's the dots right here up at the top. If you press those dots, you could block that person, hide your story, copy their URL, but you can also send them a message right there. Another thing, you know how on Facebook we add friends of friends? You could do that on Instagram. When you're in their profile, you see the little drop down arrow that has a picture of the person. Like go into just a random person's profile, like even if you're like whoever, the first person that shows up on your Instagram. Go into their profile. It says like all their posts, how many followers. Then it says message. You can message them right from there. Then there's a person with a check mark. That means you're following them. Next to that is an arrow pointing down. If you press that arrow, there's all their friends and they're suggesting friends for you, just like Facebook. So if there's somebody that you talk to a lot and you kind of really connected with, so you know that if you go to follow them, if their friends ask who's this person, we're mutual friends, they're going to have a lot of nice things to say about you. Those are the types of people you want to try to go follow, because Instagram is very like follow for follow. If you follow someone and you're commenting and liking their stuff, they're curious. They're going to want to know, okay, who's this girl that's always following me? And then they're going to want to go and follow you and check your stuff out, you know, and then that's how you're going to add to your network with Instagram. So you can do that through friends of friends. I mean, Instagram will also suggest to you guys, if you look at the bottom of your Instagram where you have the house, the search thing, the plus sign, the heart, and then your profile. If you press the heart, that's where you're going to see all your notifications that people have commented or anything like that. If you go all the way down to the bottom after your notifications, they have suggestions for you. Oops, I pressed the person. They have suggestions for you of people to follow. So it's just like the suggestions through Facebook when they suggest friends for you to follow. So you can build your Instagram just like you have built and are building your Facebook. They are owned by the same company. So they're the same in many, many ways. But I can tell you what I've learned, that Instagram stories is where it's at on Instagram, because people are too lazy to scroll. It's easy for them just to type the first person and just keep tapping through. They don't have to sit there and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. So they like Instagram stories because it's just like Snapchat. It just rolls from one person's story to the next. So they get to see the behind the scenes. And people like videos. They like, you know, reality TV. So stories like Snapchat, Instagram stories, Facebook stories, it's like reality TV. They get to see you, you're talking, and, you know, so it's like, you know, you're living in the Big Brother house. So Instagram stories is very, very important. But before I get into Instagram stories, I know a couple of you guys wanted to know how to run an Instagram ad. So to do that, one, your profile has to be business, and two, you have to go into your profile. So for those that want to learn how to run the Instagram ad, go into your profile to where you can see your whole profile with all your pictures, okay? And then I want you to pick whichever picture you would want to promote. So I'm going to promote this one because it's another one for my container challenge. Okay, so once you have the one that you want to promote, did you find the one you want to promote, Natalie? Did you go into your profile and pick which picture you would want to promote? And I'll show you. I mean, I could walk you through and you could actually do the full promotion.
I've done one, but like I didn't get a whole lot from it. And it was one of my
Did you do the insights like on Facebook? Did you do certain tag words? Because it's just like Facebook, you have to have tag words and stuff like that. So once you pick your picture, click the word promote.
Right.
And then you're either going to pick that you want to get more people to a website, which would be the link on your URL if it's a WooFoo forum, or reach people near an address. I always do the get more profile and website visit, because I'm either bringing them to my Instagram because I want more followers, or I want them to click a specific link for a specific thing, which would be like the WooFoo forum or a website if you're sending them to like your website or something like that. So you're going to click the very top one that says get more profile and website visits. Once you're there, if you've already run an ad, it's going to pull some stuff already from your last ad that you ran.
Yes.
So if you look at the top, it's going to say objective. So it's get more profile and website visits, which is what your objective is. Destination, obviously, it's your Instagram business profile, but your destination can go to your website. So if you don't want your destination to be your Instagram business, it could be your website, which can be any website that you want. So like this one I had to get more likes. This time I want them to go to my website, and it automatically pulls what website you have linked on your Instagram, which is my container challenge. So now what it's going to do, it's going to bring them, if they click learn more, when they click that button, it's automatically going to bring them to your Woofu form or whatever website you have linked to your Instagram page. Okay? Then your action button, contact us, learn more, whatever you want, that little, the blue button at the bottom of some of the sponsored ads that you guys have seen, that blue button, that's what they want to know, what you want it to say. Okay, so from there, you have your audience. They have it set to automatic. You can create your own. Natalie, did you create your own audience when you did it? Yeah, and it's just like Facebook. It has to be things that will pull up. So you have to, in that section, you have to think of things that you're interested in. Or like for me, the container challenge, I talked all about nutrition because my container challenge is about nutrition. So if you're posting and running an ad for like a challenge group, I would probably do like weight loss, toning, lifting, physical fitness. I would do things like that. That's all about what they're going to get from that group. Motivation, inspiration, accountability, whatever you could think about that they're going to get from that challenge group. That is what I would put in there. Let's see. So I'll keep it on automatic. And then you want to set your budget and how many days. You'll see that there's already a credit card linked if you have a credit card linked to your Facebook like page. So you just have to pick how many days and the dollar amount that you want to spend on it. And then it's create promotion. And then that's it. You have run your ad on Instagram. It's a lot easier to run an ad on Instagram than it is to run an ad through Facebook. Facebook ads take me forever. I can run an Instagram, like it took me 4 minutes to explain that to you guys. You can run an ad very, very quickly. What happens is the first time you run the ad, it's going to take a little bit longer because you have to put all your audience information, like all the tags that you want on it to grasp people. So you're going to want to take the time to do that because it'll save that custom one. You can name it. So like I did one for the container challenge and I named that audience container challenge. So now anytime I run an ad for my container challenge, I don't have to type it again. I just click which one I want to use. So it takes a little bit of time at first, but then after that, it's pretty quick. So really quick, before I show you guys a little bit about Instagram stories, did anybody have any questions about running the ad or utilizing? Go ahead, Christina, you can unmute.
Do you find that you get more traction on Facebook when you do a separate post rather than just share? Because I find that like if I put something on Instagram and I like link it to Facebook or I just say share to Facebook, I find that I don't get as much traction
on Facebook or on Instagram.
I feel like if I do copy paste, like I know it's a little bit more work, but I feel like I get more views and more likes rather than just linking it. I didn't know if like that was the thing, or my husband swears it's not, but I feel like I get more traction when I do it two separate ways rather than just a link.
I find that too sometimes. The only time I share it is if I'm like, I want to share it so they can get my Instagram. If I'm like, hey guys, I just totally shared some awesome value on Instagram and I just wanted to make sure you guys go over there. If you're not following, make sure you follow me so we can follow each other on there too, because I post different things over there than I do. So the only time I really share to my Facebook is if I'm trying to get more followers and I just kind of tell them that my content is different on Instagram. So I'd love to follow them there too type thing. Because I do find that too. So I was thinking that, because, Facebook picks and chooses what they show.
Right.
So, like if you had a great live video, like my live video when I went total vulnerable, wasn't expecting to go total vulnerable on Facebook, but I went totally vulnerable on Thursday on Facebook Live. I think I'm up to 2,000 views on it. And now all my other stuff is getting a lot of traction. Like Facebook picks and chooses. I think when we share from Instagram, I don't think they show it as much. Like, I don't think they like us intertwining, which I don't know why, because they're owned by the same people. But I don't think they like us intertwining the different social medias. So I just don't think they show it as much. So when you do a post like that, let us know, because then we can comment on it, like it, go back and comment again, and start having a convo on there. And then Facebook's going to be like, oh, wow, people like this content. Then they're going to show it to everyone. And then it'll get out there a little bit more, because I think they pick and choose, and I think that's something they choose not to show that much, which is kind of silly, because it's just going to bring more people to their Instagram, which they own also. Makes no sense, but it's their little algorithm, like I think things we share from other social medias is what I think they don't show that much, because I get the same thing. That's why I haven't done it very often. I kind of stopped doing it as much because it wasn't getting traction. I felt like it was a waste of a post. So I do notice that. But if you ever do one because you want to share your Instagram, just let me know, and I'll go on and like it. And then like an hour later, I'll go on and comment on it and just help show Facebook that it's good content, because we're talking on there.
I don't know if you've all have seen my ad that I did on my like page. Let me see what I'm at on it. I have like 30 people in the UK that are like ready to go. I mean, I hope I get them all when they're ready. It's the best ad I've ever done. I have 39,000 views, 54 comments, so about half of that is like people saying I want more info.
Now, what did you do different with that ad? How did you run that ad differently?
I don't know if I added more in the audience. I know I have a lot of moms.
Hold on. Caceres, you're screen sharing a picture of you on the beach holding a coconut in your bathing suit. So you have to click off screen share. There you go. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if I changed my audience, or I don't know. If you guys want to go over there and look, really, I feel like I probably spent, let me see how much money.
That's the one where you're doing your workout video. She did it on Facebook. That's her on her Facebook like page. She ran an ad.
Yeah.
And she launched it it was UK and US, right? Or just UK?
And Canada. But the majority of the people, like even when I go in to see like what the details are, I mean, it's been so much.
Yeah, it's one of her workout videos, and she used the video instead of just a picture for the ad, which is a great thing too.
I've spent $100, but if I could get at least 25 people who are commenting or whatever, it'll pay for itself. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Michelle, don't worry. I was just reading your comment. They weren't dopey questions. I was sitting home working. We don't have a storm yet. I was if I worked, I kept my mind busy. I didn't think about what was happening with my kids and all my personal crap. So that's me. I dive into my work when I'm having hard times instead of diving away from it, because it gets my mind on something else. So don't apologize. Not a big deal. People were like, oh, well, I'll text you after the storm. I'm like, no, let's talk now. Oh, you're screen sharing again, Caceres. And then people are like, no, I'll talk to you after the storm. I'm like, no, please talk to me now. I need to keep my mind on something. I don't know what button she keeps pushing. But to answer Michelle's in the chat, she asked the question about how you link just the UK. When you run an ad on Facebook, you can pick what area of the world you want it to go to on their Facebook. So anybody that says they live in the UK, if you pick the United Kingdom as who you're launching that ad to, it's only going to show up in the newsfeed of people that live in the United Kingdom and have the interest of all the interests that you have picked. You're screen sharing again. I don't know how to stop that from happening.
Can you lock everybody's functions?
No, there's no way to lock people's screen sharing. Caceres, you're screen sharing again. So, Michelle, I have I did a training I've done a few different trainings on running an ad on Facebook like page. I'll find it on my YouTube and I'll send it to you in Messenger so you can like check that out and see how to run it. It's only for people on Facebook. To run. When you run an ad on your like page, it's only going to run the ad on like people's Facebook.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And when you run an ad, there's different, like if there's a lot of wording on the ad, they won't do it. And on Instagram, just so you know, Instagram rules are identical to Facebook rules for running ads, because you can go in your Facebook ad manager and you can see your Instagram ads to edit them. They go together. So
yeah, I was going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You boost a post? Is that like running an ad?
Boosting a post is like playing the slot machine.
I don't know what
What do you mean by that?
That you're putting money into something that you don't know if it's even going to be shown. I've been told never to click boost. If you want to actually run an ad for something, you can run an ad on that particular post. If you click boost post, it might not be shown.
Why do you say that? Because it says that it's gonna
right
go into that.
Because when I did a call with Miguel Caruso and then I did a call with Lindsay Matway, they both said every time they clicked boost a post, that ad never showed, they got no traction. But then when they ran an ad for that post to show that post off, that's when they got traction.
Okay.
So they
I
felt
don't want to take time up on this call for that. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
separately,
don't boost a post. Always run an ad.
Yeah, no, because I don't. I want to make sure that I'm doing them right then.
Yeah, because they don't. They say when you boost a post, it's like putting money in a slot machine, and they got like no traction on it. And they have tons of people on their pages, so if they got no traction, I'm definitely not getting traction.
Right.
So I never even tried. Once they told me not to, I was like, okay, I'm not doing it. So obviously, it doesn't work.
I mean, I don't spend an exorbitant amount of money when I do that, but even spending a dollar is stupid if it's not going to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And yes, Michelle, running any ads cannot be on your personal Facebook page or your personal Instagram. It has to be on the business page. Like I made my Instagram a business page. You can go into the settings and it can say make this a business page. And then on my like page, that's considered a business page. Those are the only places that you can run ads. So who on here has used Instagram stories? I just want to give a quick run through. Okay, good. Christina has. Everybody else should be. Because like I said, some people are lazy and they don't want to scroll. They just want to tap the first one and just let it roll through and just stare at their phone. So to do a story is super easy. I found some different little tips and tricks and stuff like that with it as I'm going through and playing. I'm still trying to learn how to do one particular thing. So I'm just kind of I just keep messing with it, or I Google how to do what I want to do and find out. But in order to go into your stories, there's a little camera up here on the top. So if you go into that camera, it's going to bring you to your stories. You can actually upload video that you already took. You can tag your location on your posts on your Instagram stories. So you can tag the UK in a workout one, and it's going to show to everyone in the UK. If you tag the United Kingdom in your stories, that's a tip that I learned from Jantana Jackson, is she'll tag the United Kingdom. She's a top coach. So down here on the bottom, there's a little picture. If you tap that picture, it brings up your camera roll, whether it's pictures, video, whatever it may be. So you can upload any of that. So I'll do Snapchat and I'll record a video or do my picture or whatever, and then I'll put it onto my Instagram. If it's a picture, I do it on my Instagram first because I like all the attachments that you can put on the picture better than what Snapchat has. So you can obviously turn the camera around here at the bottom. It has a thing to turn your camera, but then it also has filters. There's a little face right there. It has little filters like Snapchat that you can do. Not many people use those filters on Instagram like they do on Snapchat. That's kind of like a Snapchat thing. I don't see a lot of people, especially like top coaches and people that are really building their business with Instagram. They don't use those as much. I don't use them either, but they do have them. They also has boomerang on the stories. So you can do boomerang, little quick videos. They have rewind. So if you press rewind, it's going to record and record and record and record. And it plays it backwards. So if you want to do, have you ever seen those things where it's somebody that's supposed to be jumping into a pool, but it looks like they're coming out of a pool? That's how they did it on rewind. So like if I wanted to pour my Shakeology into my cup, but when I play it, it looks like it's going back into the blender, you hit rewind and it records it this way, but it plays it going backwards. So if you want to make something look a little different, you can use the rewind on your story. So it shows it like it's going backwards, like you're rewinding it. And then they have a hands-free feature. So if you just want to talk real quick or you want to show something and you need both hands, it doesn't record unlimited. It only records for like a 15-second, 20-second clip. But if you press that, it gives you like 3 seconds to set the phone down, and then you have your hands free so you can talk, you can do whatever, you can show a quick workout move or something like that and put it right to your story. So let me pick a picture really quick. I already posted this one, but I'll pick the picture to show you. So you have the picture, right? But you want to put stuff on it, or you want to put a location on it or a hashtag. If you just tap the picture, you can start writing. Okay, so I'm just going to write Shako, just so you guys can see. Okay, so I have the word on my picture, but I want it to look pretty. So if you press and hold the A right there, watch what happens. I can change the color of the background of the word to whatever color is down here on the screen. And if you press and hold one of the colors, it'll pull up different shades and you could change it to whatever you want. You can just move it around and you could change the shade of that background of that picture. Okay? So once you're done, obviously you're going to click done, and then you can make that as big as you want by using your fingers and spreading them. You can make it as small as you want. You can put it wherever you want to put it so you can kind of make that picture look pretty. The one thing I'm trying to learn how to do that I haven't learned yet because I haven't Googled it is somebody will have a picture, and then every time someone taps, a different word will pop up on the picture. So I'm trying to learn how to do that. I just got to mess around with it a little bit because I haven't figured it out yet. Because I know once I put other things on here, they just all go on the picture at one time. So I don't really know how that works yet. So I'm messing with that. Okay, Michelle, have a good one. Yeah, I have about 2 more minutes of this. I should have been off already, but I want to show you guys stories. So have a good day. If you want to put a hashtag on this or a location, you click the little thing that looks like a sticker right here. And here's all your information. So this is a location. So if you tap the location, just like Facebook, you could type whatever location you want. It's going to pull where you are. But if I wanted to put United Kingdom, start getting United Kingdom followers, I'll hashtag United Kingdom right on there. And it's going to show to a lot of the people in the United Kingdom. And it's going to pull up and show on their thing. That's how the location one works. Same thing if you want a hashtag. You just click the hashtag right here and you write whatever hashtag you want to write for it. And it hashtags that picture just as if it was anything else. So there's all sorts of things you can do on here. They also have all these stickers like that says what day of the week it is. They have all different little words and stuff like that that you can put on the pictures to kind of like doll them up a little bit. They also have a camera one where, I don't know if you can see where it's blurred right there. Now here's my picture. So if it was something else, but I wanted a picture of me on it, you can get a picture of you on it doing something. So say this was a picture of the hurricane that's coming and I wanted to put my picture on it too. You can also put like a picture on a picture. There's so much you can do with Instagram stories. So much you can do. And what I like is there's so much you can do with the picture that I do my picture on here and then you can save it right here and it's going to save it with everything on it. And then you could put that to your Facebook stories. You could put that to your Snapchat stories because these pictures look better. The wording on Snapchat is just like a bar with little tiny words. So the way I did that picture, Tara, is you press the sticker just like for everything else to add. And right here, there's a circle that has your picture with a camera. And if you press that, then you just take a picture of whatever you want to take a picture of. It automatically is a front camera. And then once you take the picture, it puts it onto the picture. And then so all my pictures I make on Instagram, because you can add so much stuff to them, having a hashtag and stuff like that onto it. And then I upload it to, you'll see if you follow me on Snapchat, you'll see that a lot of my Snapchat pictures have the Instagram stuff on it because I think they look prettier than the Snapchat ones. And that's how I've been using Instagram stories. I go live. I do a lot of videos. Like when I'm done with the call, I'll do a video that I'm getting ready to get my sweat vest on, and I'll show them Beachbody On Demand and how you access it. I'll show them marking off my calendar. This morning I went outside and I showed them how it's starting to get windy because we're getting bands of Irma already. So it's like a reality show. People like that kind of stuff. So what I'll do is my videos, I do my videos on Snapchat, I save them and I upload them to my Facebook story and my Instagram stories. The Snapchat will let you do a video for a while. It'll just break it down in little 10-second clips. So not sure if you talked about this, but does Instagram stories have a time limit? Yes. Yeah, I did. A time limit as to how long it stays on, or a time limit to how long the video can be?
How long the video can be?
It's a 10-second clip, just like
Oh, so it's like a Snapchat.
if you take it on Snapchat. Now, I can record an entire minute workout, and it'll show that whole minute workout. If you upload a video, it'll go as long as that video is. But if you take the video on Instagram, it'll only take like a 10-second, 15-second clip. So like I was just saying, on Snapchat, you know how Snapchat, I don't know if you guys are, I think you guys are on there. You can hold the video down, and it'll record like 5 different 10-second clips. If you save it to your camera roll, it'll save it as one video. Then I'll upload that video to my Instagram and to my Facebook story.
Wait, you said that if you're on Snapchat and you continue holding it, even if it goes past the circle, it'll keep
I'll show
going?
you right now. So see how it's videoing?
Yeah.
When the red gets all the way around, that's the first 10 seconds. But watch, a little box will appear up in the corner. That's the first 10 seconds. Now we're going into the second 10 seconds.
Oh, I never knew that. I always
So
just
you press
stopped
and hold it
recording.
down, and it'll put about 5 of those across the screen. If now it's going into the third one. Every time one pops up, it'll only put it on your Instagram story in 10 seconds. But it'll record one big one. I'm going to record one more just so you can save. Now it's doing another one. Then once the video is done, if you click save on the bottom, it'll save this to my camera roll. So I save it. This is how I do my videos. I save it. I'll put it on my story.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go over to my Instagram story, click the picture at the bottom, find my video. There it is, but it's at one whole. It doesn't do it in clips. So if it was 50 seconds, my whole 50 seconds will be one video on my Instagram story. So that's why if you're not utilizing stories, that's how easy it is. Because I'm already doing it on one. I just save it, upload, save it, upload. Takes 2 seconds to do it on all the other ones.
Do you see my face, Christina? I'm like, ah.
So I utilize Instagram stories to make the pretty pictures, and I upload those to Facebook and Snapchat. I use Snapchat to make the video because I can make it long. But now if I have a 1-minute video and I try to put it on Snapchat sometimes, it won't put it on there because it needs to have those little 10-second clips. So that's why I do my video on Snapchat. So it'll upload it the way Snapchat allows it. But then if I save it, I can upload it to the other stories without having a problem.
Sorry, I just got distracted by the headline. So on CNN, it says emergency workers are evacuating from the Keys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm about to be plummeted. But whatever. Work goes on. My workouts go on. If I fly away, I fly away. At least I'll look fit while I do it. So that's how I utilize all of those. Like I said, I like the way Instagram the pictures look pretty. So I make them there first, and then I upload them to the others. But using the videos, it's easier with Snapchat because it'll save it as one long video in order to upload to Facebook stories and Instagram stories. And it takes no extra time because you're already doing it on Snapchat. All the time it takes is pressing that save button and then uploading them to the others. So that's how I've been utilizing my stories. It's been working. I actually have people now, something, even though this is an Instagram training, let me show you this on Snapchat. So if you're on Snapchat, right, and I have a video, blah, 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 join my challenge group, swipe up for more information, okay? There's my video. You see that paper clip right there? There's a little paperclip on Snapchat. If you press that paperclip, guess what you can do? Oh, wow. I can put my website for them to buy their challenge pack on my Snapchat story. So when I was talking about my container challenge, I said swipe up for more information. And when they swipe up, it's taking them directly to my website that I have for my container challenge group. Or when I said, if you want a free membership with me, swipe up to get your free membership. You can join my free groups, blah, 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 whatever. And it's my website for them to sign up for the free membership. So it's a great way to add more. It's so easy. I mean, they're on Snapchat, they swipe up and that's it. What did you say? Can you post what you use Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat to the group page? What do you mean? What I use it for?
Like how you said, I use my Instagram to do the pictures. I use the Snapchat to do the videos.
Yeah, well, it'll be on this call. This whole call will be uploaded onto the team page.
Okay.
Right after
Because
my
they are
work
just
call.
like so loud and it's such confusion here right now that I can't.
Yeah, I can definitely do a separate call on Snapchat, so you guys can use it. But it definitely, like that's something that I learned just the other day, and I started using it, like swipe up to, you know, save your spot in my container challenge, because I was talking about the containers. And then when I went outside and I was showing them how to use on demand, I said swipe up to gain your 14-day access. And it was the link to get to on demand. So, so that's another little tidbit. And as you can see, like once you do one link, oh, and that was another one I did. I was talking about my shake and I showed them how easy it was to make my shake. And each picture was a different stage in making my shake. And then I said, swipe up for more information. And I took them to my Shakes for Health website, which is my separate website that I have all about Shakeology. And they can learn more from there, or they can order from there. So that's how I use Snapchat to get more information about the shakes. So, and it'll save your URLs on there. So that's all I really had for you guys today. I know that was a lot of information with Instagram and stuff. As you're playing around with it, if you have questions, just ask me. But make sure your first steps are to look at your profile, make sure it says everything about you that you want people to know. Make sure you have a website linked. If you don't have a Woohoo form, make one. It takes 2 minutes. Or just link them to your like page or something like that, or your Facebook personal page. Link them to somewhere. So you can say click link in bio. But if you're going to say click link in bio, you want it to be some sort of a website where they can fill something out so you can get their information. Also, make sure you switch it to a business page so you can do more with it, and it'll be linked to your Facebook like page. It makes your Instagram page look a little more professional. But that's all I really had. I'm going to go and help Alex with a couple things, and then I'm going to get my sweat vest on before this rain really comes back here. We're supposed to be feeling it this afternoon, just getting some nasty bands. Thank you, Christina. I don't think I'll fly away. I think I'll be okay. We're supposed to go over to my mom and dad's. Their house is a little newer. We don't know. We have a huge oak tree in our front yard, so we don't know if that's going to topple over the cars, the house, and we don't know if this roof would withstand. We've never been through a hurricane in this house, and this is an old house, so it's not built to Andrew code. After Andrew, the codes changed on how they build houses, so we don't know. So we'll probably just go to my parents' house just to be safe. So hopefully when we come back, our house is still in one piece. But I'll keep you guys updated as we go forward. I know I'm on the Zello app. Tara's on there with me too. So then that way, if for some reason it's a whole Houston thing here, I could still be in contact with one of you guys, so you guys can Tara can keep you guys updated.
All right.
Oh, Al's on there too? Okay, I'll find him. I'll find him so I can keep tabs with you guys. So have a good rest of your day, guys. I'm going to go get my sweat vest on after I sweat outside. Yeah, Tara's on there if you want to find her, Christina. She's on Zello too. We did Zello and we did Voxer, and then we did the fire chat. Just in case one didn't work, we'd have other ones so I can communicate with my kids. Oh, Natalie's on there too?
Yeah.
She's on Zello?
Yeah,
Right,
those
I'll have
are
to-
everybody's screen names.
All right, I'll have to find Natalie on there. I screenshotted it. All right, guys.